Once you receive your application link to the Limerick School of Art and Design portfolio submission, it will lead you to this site here. So it's an exclusive digital portfolio assessment upload portal. At the bottom of this page, you'll see that you can apply for a program by hitting Apply Now. And you can actually see the links to the programs that you can apply for below. When you hit Apply, it will ask you to sign up for a Slideroom account. So that means entering an email address, a unique password, basically bearing in mind that this has to be 10 characters in length and a mix of uppercase and lowercase letters, and also have numbers or symbols. You have to be careful about using passwords that you don't use for other sites, but you have to remember your password because you're going to have to confirm this underneath. So making sure your password is correct, you'll be able to sign up once you do this. The email address you enter will get an email sent to that address, and you'll have to click on that email to confirm that you have signed up for the Slideroom account. So once you click on the confirmation email, it will open up in the normal login for Slideroom. I already have an account, so I'm going to log in to that page. Slideroom is the name of the system we use in terms of uploading portfolios. So here's my login. This is what you'll see when you're ready to log in. So here's my email. I've typed in my password, which I've already set up and verified, so I can log in. The next thing you'll see is the portal for the portfolio site. And you'll see here there's two possible courses to apply for. In most cases, you'll only see the upper option, and you'll see that this is a test version for the purposes of this demonstration. So this is the portfolio assessment site. So I'm going to click on this, and you can see here that I have the option to begin my application. So there's some text here to read in terms of applying. So as you can see, this portfolio assessment is valid for the following programs: the Bachelor of Arts in Art and Design, the Bachelor of Arts in Art and Design Teacher Education, the BSc Honours in Game Art and Design, and the BSc Honours in Digital Animation. So you see here that it tells you that the program contains two forms, and you can attach up to 20 pieces of media. So I'm going to begin an application now. So this is asking me to set up a unique Slideroom's profile. So I can do that in terms of filling in this information. So I'm going to put in my name and my primary address, and the items with the asterisk are required to be filled in. So I'm just putting a dummy application in at the moment. So I filled all of these portions that need to be filled in, and I'm going to continue to application. Okay, so here is the acknowledgement of the Leaving Cert. So you can see that I acknowledge that I am applying to LSAD as a Leaving Certificate or FETAC applicant and do not qualify as a mature applicant. If that is the case, you can tick yes, and you see you can save changes. And then I'm going to continue to the next step. Okay, here's the applicant information section. You can see here that it requires a CAO number. Then it asks you which programs will you be applying to. Then asks what's your program of first choice as per your CAO application. And then asks, is English your first language? So I'm just going to make up a dummy CAO number for the moment. You'll of course have to put in your correct CAO number. And in this case, I'm going to mark the programs that I'm applying for. In this case, the BA in Art and Design and the BSc in Digital Animation Production. Next question is, what is my program of first choice? Which in my case, my first choice on my CAO form, let's say, is the BA in Art and Design, so I'll tick that. If I had applied, for example, for Game Art and Design, then I would choose that here. Or if I had applied for the BEd in Art and Design Teacher Education or the Digital Animation Production, I would choose those. But I applied first for BA in Art and Design, so I'm going to tick that box. Is English your first language? Yes, in my case. I'm going to save that and continue to the next step. Okay, so this brings us to the portfolio aspect of the site. So as you can see, content and inspiration for your portfolio can come from many sources, including, for example, you can start subjects such as art, music, design, communication, graphics, technology, construction studies, engineering, computer science, home economics, lots of different places, also from home projects and so on.
I'm going to click on Add Media here, and you'll see the options. So the first option is you can upload from your computer. So it can accept images from up to 5 megabytes per file, video for up to 250 megabytes per file, audio up to 30 megabytes per file, and PDFs up to 10 megs per file. So you can just select a file for your computer and add it to your portfolio. I'll go through that in a little while. You can also upload things from Dropbox, same limits in terms of the file sizes. So if you have files in a Dropbox, you can put it up. Here's the option I was speaking about a moment ago, link to media. So this is if you want to put up a video of your work, particularly sketchbooks. We really like to see videos of sketchbooks. They're very, very valuable for us. And sometimes people put up silent videos of sketchbooks, which are absolutely fine, as long as we can, well lit and you can clearly see the work as you flick through it page by page. But other times people actually narrate it, and that's actually really valuable. But again, you do not have to do a narration on your video. But here you go, you have the link already on YouTube, paste it in here, and this will be added as one of the 20 items on your portfolio. You can also copy from a library, but you don't have any media and any programs in this particular case. So usually people will be uploading from their computer directly or using link to media to link to videos on their YouTube. You often see, for example, animation applicants might have some animation that they made themselves, or a storyboard or an animatic that they have that they might want to link here as well.
Now, I have my work here on a portfolio folder, and I see it's a range of work from lots of different media. So I'm going to bring in my first piece here, and I'm going to select it. Okay, and you see it uploads a picture, and I can continue adding pictures, or I can go to label media. I prefer to do things one by one, so I'm going to go label media. And you can see here its title just comes from the file name. I'm going to retitle this. Okay, so I am going to call this Observational Study So observational study sheep skull, and I can add in any additional details here if I want to about media. It's nice sometimes to actually, if you actually put in, it's nice here if you actually add some additional details to explain the image. You can hit on the plus to have a look at it in closer detail. But if I want to put down the materials, that I want to say that it's charcoal and poster paint, or whatever, that's no problem. You can add that. It's useful for the person reviewing. It'll save it automatically. Then you can hit done. Let's save that again and hit done, and you'll see that this is now item number 1 on my portfolio. I can continue to add media, and by clicking add media, select files from your computer. We can be clever. In the case of my analytical drawings here, I have taken three drawings and arranged them on the single sheet because they're logically connected. They're analytical drawings from different perspectives of the same object. So I've added those and they just count as one. Likewise, Here's some examples of some life drawings, which I'm going to add. And you can see two life drawings in two slightly different media have been put onto the one image, and they can be uploaded. So you can be clever about what you add to your portfolio. Likewise here, in the case of photography, we've made up multi-sheets, so photographed from a physical portfolio, just to show the range of photographic interest and ability. These have also been added to my portfolio. Basically, you can build up your portfolio here. You can review it. You can make sure that it's as you want it to be, that it's representative of your work, and that it does a good job of being your advocate in terms of what you like to produce. As I said before, you can save and exit at any time and come back and it will look exactly like this, and you can continue to build it before you submit. Once you submit it, it cannot be changed. So sometimes it can be a good idea to design your portfolio, maybe sit back and review it for a while and make sure you have everything in there that you need to have in there, and then when you're happy, submit. Okay, so in terms of other types of media, if I want to bring in a sketchbook, so I have a video file here, and if I just check it very briefly, you'll see that my video file is under 50 megs, which is good because the limit is 250 megs, so it's small enough to fit. I can select it, hit open. It'll take a little bit longer to upload. As you can see, the status bar shows it uploading. So I can continue on to enable media while it's uploading. I don't actually have to wait for it to complete, but I will for a moment just to make sure it's up before I move on. The reason that the sketchbook videos are a good idea is that we really like to see process work. Seeing completed work and rendered, finished work is great, but we're really interested in seeing your sketchbooks, seeing your thought process, seeing your development, seeing the investigation. That's incredibly important to us in the Limerick School of Art and Design. Okay, so I'll move on. And you can see here, I'm just going to call this sketchbook. And I can supply any additional details if I like. I can review it. You can see it's a very standard sketchbook video. Literally just trying to show the work as well as possible, just to give the reviewer, an overview of what it is you produce, how much investigation you've done, how many types of media do you investigate, etc., etc. So if you're happy with that, you can add your additional details if you need to, and just hit done. And you see it just pops up there, just like everything else. So it's not uncommon for us to see more than one sketchbook. Quite often people have two or three. Sometimes they put them in one video, sometimes they put them up as three separate videos. It's no problem. And it's no problem adding those on to separate elements to your 20 portfolio pieces. So that's no issue. Second thing is that if I want to add a video that's larger than this, it's probably best to actually put it on YouTube or Vimeo and then link to it. It's an easy process. So here I have link to media, and basically it asks us to paste a URL from YouTube, Vimeo, SoundCloud, Sketchfab, wherever. Okay, YouTube's one of the more dependable ones. So I have my video uploaded here onto a YouTube account, so I can just grab the link, copy my video link. It's probably worth noting that my video is unlisted. It can be unlisted or it can be visible, but it can't be private. So if you don't want the general public to see it, set it to unlisted. If you don't mind the general public seeing it, set it to public. But if you set it to private, we won't be able to see it. So just make sure that that's correct. And I'll go back here. Excuse me. I'll go back here, paste in my link, and you'll see it picks it up and just verify that I own or hold all the necessary rights to use this item, and then I'll be able to add it to a portfolio. Just a quick note on the sketchbooks generally, it's probably worth noting that quite a lot of people leave them silent. Sometimes people decide to sort of narrate them as they go through them. That's absolutely fine. Either silent or narrated. It's great either way. Okay. Sometimes the narration can give you a little bit more insight, but it's not something that's actually necessary. I'm going to hit add to portfolio, and you see it pops up almost exactly the same, except for it's an actual YouTube link. So I can add in whatever I need. It's actually taking the title from the video, and I can add additional details if I want to, and then I can hit done. So it doesn't look, as you can see down here, this is the YouTube link, and this is the one I've uploaded into the account. So they don't look significantly different. So either way, if your video is too big, put it on YouTube and link it this way. It also has the advantage that sometimes it could be useful to have these linked on your own YouTube site anyway, so that you can use them again in the future. So essentially, if I have all my 20 items in, if I have my videos and links to my sketchbooks in, then I've decided I'm okay, then I'm going to continue to the next step here, or up here at next. And this is the complete your application. And you can see here that it will not leave me do it because I have a problem on my form. So if I click on this, it'll take me back to where my problem was, which is that I do not have a valid CAO number, which of course I can't have because it's a separate system. But in your case, you will see you will have the submit button. Once you submit, your application will be submitted and you won't be able to edit it again. So just bear that in mind. It'll be sent to LSAD for review, and that review process will take place over the month of March, and then you will get an email back from administrators with your portfolio score. So make sure that you've got the right materials, you've got them selected, you've got them, if they're physical, properly photographed in a nice well-lit area. If you have to make a sketchbook video, please don't overlook them. They're really, really useful for us in terms of applying. Video it again in a nice well-lit area. Give us a clear look at the pages in terms of the art. And narrate it if you wish, but you don't have to. Don't forget that don't discount 3D art, sculpture, puppetry, or anything like that you may want to photograph as well, and make sure you include it. So hopefully this will take you through the process and you will be able to submit your portfolio as you would like it to look to the Limerick School of Art and Design for review.